Let's let's see if I can do it. Okay, so hi, it's day 248. I'm coming to you from Athens, Greece. How you loving? And if I seem super wide awake, it's because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. I know it's 7 a.m. where you are, or maybe morning. Or if you're watching the live stream recording, it could be any time. Welcome. I'm going to see if I can get us. I just did a tour of this room today. I'm going to see if I can get us to have the live stream outside so that the Parthenon can be in our background. Let's see if I can do it. I think I can do it. I think there it is right there. I think I can pull this off. Not only do I think I can, I know I can. I know I can. I'm going to raise this up so you can see the Parthenon. It's right there. Wait a minute. Right there. Marisol, Marisol says, you look so happy. I am super happy. Okay, hold for a moment and let's get this set up. Just perfect for you. I know at this stage of my YouTube career, I should not be saying this to you yet. I'm going to tell you because this is what's really going on. Books are YouTubers' like best friend. And so, yeah, books serve a lot of purposes, holding up the light, holding up your computer. Books are great for YouTubers. They just are. Now, let me slide over. Oh, this is so perfect. I'm outside in Athens, Greece. Oh my God, it's so perfect. And you know what I love about it? Earlier I came out here, it was sunny AF. Now, cloud cover. I can still get my vitamin D and my sun and not be like blazing. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful out here. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now channel Athens, Greece. Close your eyes and channel the goddess Athena. Athens, Athena. This place is named for her. Now channel all your travel dreams coming true. Channel it. All your travel dreams coming true. And channel yourself being happy no matter where you are on the planet. Channel yourself, especially for all of our soul excursioners, all of our amazing retreat attendees that travel around the world with us. Imagine yourself feeling completely happy, completely peaceful, no matter what language is being spoken, no matter what food is in front of you, no matter what is around you, completely happy and peaceful at all times. Because your inner domain is mastered and determined by you, no one else. And we breathe. Oh, we're so thankful. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. So, Whisper, I have not been to the Parthenon yet. I go tomorrow morning. Family, I have to tell you something about me and how I travel. I am a super slow traveler because I integrate as I go. So, and I work, right? Well, let me not say work because I'm never really doing work. It's play for me. So I have pretty full days of like, I may be interviewing. I got a rack of interviews coming on the YouTube channel. I did 2 interviews last week. with incredible spiritual power, power beings on the planet, incredible spiritual power beings on the planet coming to the YouTube channel. So I have interviews, I have client conversations, I have creating the presentations and classes, master classes for Ascension. I have meetings with Kineza, meetings with the team. I have meetings with Davey back in Mexico. He's the house manager in Mexico. So between all the things and creating and writing the books, writing blog posts, and delegating, between all of that, my days are really, my days can be full. So it's up to me to chill sometimes. So last night, after like hours of being in the office, yes, the office here in Athens, Greece, I'll tell you about it. I was on the rooftop deck just enjoying they call it a bramble. It was a really delicious drink and a nice, what did I have last night? Pesto rigatoni. The restaurant, I'm still on the rooftop deck. Lovely. The other day I had the salmon with the black rice. If you're following the YouTube stories, you'll see that I had the salmon with the black rice. Lovely. And sweet potato in there. The other day I had the quinoa salad. Lovely. Everything I have had upstairs on the rooftop deck. Lovely. So when we come to Greece next year, do we have a lineup for you in Greece next year? Magnificent. Magnificent. If you don't have your NFT yet, you better get over there and get both the Globetrotter, the big one that actually gets you on all the trips, and the VIP, which gives you the upgrade once you get on the trips. Incredible. So here we are, Athens, Greece. So I said all that to say, so Whisper, that was a long answer. I said all that to say is that when I got here from Egypt, it took me like 2, 3 days just to acclimatize. Like I haven't gone anywhere yet other than walking in Athens. That's what I've been doing, and I've probably been here for 4 or 5 days. 5 days. I think today might be my sixth day being here, fifth day. I have walked Athens. So I'm also the kind of person, the kind of traveler that I get out and I just start walking. And they all know me. The ones that have been on the trips and all our peeps, they know me. They're like, Rev is walking for like 2, 3 miles. I'll be like, hey guys, let's go over there. They're like, where is it, Rev? It's just right there. They'll be like, how far is it? Because they know I walk like a mile is nothing to me. Harmony said right there is an hour. It's a whole hour. It's just right over there. They're like, no, really, how far is it? No, wait a minute. They pull it up on maps or Uber. They're like, no, we're gonna Uber. I'm like, we can walk, guys. They ain't trying to hear that, okay? So I'm that kind of person. Like I'll just get out and just start walking. So that's what I've been doing. It took me about 3 days to even fit into Greece after Egypt for a month. Like that's like psh, psh. I mean, I would scramble my brain if I didn't just integrate, right? So I don't just keep going, I simmer. I sit in the energy. I see what's happening. It's like walking around with a new pair of shoes on. And then I'll start. Okay, so I've been walking, I've been in the neighborhoods, I've eaten at a couple of restaurants, I'm listening to a language, I'm looking at menus. Remember, you're a walker too, Black Women Stand Up. I love it. Remember, when you go to a new country, it's new food, new people, new language, new water, new money. I'm still on Egyptian pounds. I've been on Egyptian pounds for like a month. And now I'm on euros. I'm like, okay, how much is this? It's kind of like, it's like you just land in another world. It's a whole nother world. Like Greece and Egypt have nothing to do with each other except that humans are in both places. There's a sky over our heads, there's water, there's mountains. Other than that, Greece and Egypt don't really have much to do with each other at all. And remember, Greece is in Europe. Greece is more advanced Western civilization like America. So you're gonna see, probably toothpaste you recognize. You probably in some countries you don't recognize anything. Like you don't know if it's a tube of toothpaste or a tube of ointment. Like it's that unfamiliar. And that's what I love about travel. It just and I need that to scramble my brain because my brain can get fixated on things. I have an obsessive kind of personality, if you can tell. My brain can get fixated on things like a pit bull, and it needs a quick clear the decks. And it's like, oh, okay, phew, breathe, look up, look around. So, this country to country thing that I get to do, I mean, I even think that when you're in the airport and you're going from, let's say, Miami to Turkey to Dubai, even in Turkey, there was like a Turkish liras, Turkish coffee, what kind of food, what's happening here, what kind of language. So your brain is going to do something when you're in Turkey because you went from Miami to Turkey. Then when you go from Turkey to Dubai, your brain is going to do something else because it's dirham in Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I don't know if throughout all the Emirates they use dirham. So you now are on dirham. You are now hearing Arabic. You are now eating uh, more like Arabian, Lebanese. These are the kind of foods that you're going to eat. It is a complete flip up. Complete. So, right? Oh my God, the unfamiliar is so where it is, right? Escalina, when you know what kind of person you are, that you can get fixated on things and obsessive with things, travel is very good for that because unfamiliar, 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 new, new, new. That's what happens to my consciousness as I'm traveling. New, new. Like, mm, mm. So to be happy and maintain my space of happiness and joy with the new and unfamiliar and the very disheveling and somewhat, what's the word, seismic in its activity in the consciousness, in order to maintain my equilibrium going over different terrain, like sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's like being in a vehicle, all terrain vehicle, sometimes you're going uphill, downhill, in order to keep some kind of equilibrium and inner well-being and harmony with no matter what's going on out here, I pace myself and I integration. Pacing and integration are two of my favorite things to do. So I pace. So I'm in here. So I got here, and I what I do is I pick. I'm going to give you one of my little secrets now, and then we're going to go into the lesson. I pick places to stay that have a lot to offer. So I'll always go someplace that has like a big resort that may have meal, a couple of restaurants on premises, a bar, maybe an office kind of workspace if I can get it, because I know I'm going to pace myself and I just want everything at hand. I don't want to have to go out and search as soon as I get there for some good food. I'm going to pace myself. So I do pacing and then I'll be still and I'll do integration. I'll just observe. Probably the first 3 or 4 days I was in Greece, I was observing. I was like looking at the people, looking at people watching, being in the energy, watching the Parthenon. Now I feel ready. All right, let's go. Let's go do some stuff. Let's go. I'm going to go on the foodie tour because I'm such a foodie. I'm such a foodie. Me and my son and my son's friend, the three of us were in Isla Mujeres, where we're going at the end of the year. And she and I were talking to him about being foodies, that we're such foodies. And he was like, "What's a foodie?" Because my son is like art, 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 right? And he's creating his NFT project right now as well. So he doesn't, he's so super focused. What's a foodie? And we were like, well, what you just like to eat. It's different than that. So we would describe it to him foodie. Well, there is a foodie tour here because the food here in Greece, chef's kiss, the food, like the cuisine. Like certain places you go, cuisine. Other places you go, monuments. Other places you go, the natural beauty. Like Bali is like, oh, just so beautiful. It just makes tears flow from your eyes every day, right? And Egypt is very monuments, monuments, monuments. Every 10 minutes, it's another monument, right? Every 10 steps. And Greece so far is very monuments also and food, cuisine. I'm going to have such a good time here. So there's a walking tour that's like 3 hours that I'm going on. I think tomorrow afternoon or the day after. It starts at 3, so we're still good at 2. And the foodie tour takes you all through like the real Greece, not the tourist part. And you can find all these tours on Airbnb experiences. You can find everything on Airbnb experiences. It's lovely because local people are doing it. And they take you all through all these places where they're creating the butters and the olives and the nuts and the this and the that and the, oh my god. That day I'll probably will eat a little bit of meat because I'm sure meat is on the tour. I don't usually eat meat, but tasting it on a foodie tour, I'm okay with that. I'll just eat a whole bunch of greens and a whole bunch of quinoa afterward. Just flush it out. So I'm loving Athens, Greece. I love Greece more than I thought I would. And right over there is the water. What were we going to say, Harmony?
Oh no, I was just clapping. Greek food is my favorite food. I could go to any Greek restaurant here in the U.S. and be delighted. So I know that the restaurants here ain't got nothing on the authenticness of Greece. So I'm gonna be there with you in spirit. Please do videos.
Yes, yes, indeed. I have been doing stories, and today I filmed the room tour because I love putting room tours on. If you haven't seen any of the room tours on the YouTube channel, we got tons of room tours on there from different places all over the world. And of course, I'm going to do videos for the Parthenon. Right there, right there. Oh my God, it's right there. And behind me, right there, is my bed. So I sit up and I look at the Parthenon. Unreal, unreal. I was in a different room, and then I went to extend my stay here before I go to the next location, which is fabulous. I leave on Friday for that location. Fabulous. So I upgraded my stay so that because I was in the co-working space, and the co-working space which you saw me for day 247 and 246 Saturday and Sunday were at the co-working space, and it's a beautiful co-working space right here in the building. So to tell you the truth, I never have to leave this building for anything. They've got even some supplies, travel supplies and stuff downstairs that you can buy if you want to, like wipes and deodorant and all that stuff. They got water, they got beer, they got wine, all that stuff downstairs. Then they have, especially for travel kind of people. Then they have a coffee shop downstairs, and then upstairs they have the rooftop deck, full restaurant, full service restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And at night they get down with the party, and them drinks is like, whoo, 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 whoo. Now in Egypt, they play you a little bit on the drinks because it's a Muslim country, so they're not gonna have you walking around drunk. So they be putting like a couple of drops of alcohol. There you got it. You got a little bit because they ain't gonna give you enough in Egypt. No Muslim country is gonna give you enough to get drunk. That's just not happening. But over here in Greece, oh man, I was drinking that drink. I was like, whoo. But again, Harmony would say, and the family will say, Rev, you don't drink. 2 sips makes you be like, woo. So I said all that to say I am freaking loving Greece. Let's go to our screen share. I'm so happy you're on this journey with us. You know, I'm sharing this travel way. Let me before I go and screen share. I'm sharing this travel experience like I never would if we weren't live every single day. Because if we were not live every single day, I totally would not be sharing this travel experience like I get to share it with you all, like in the moment as it's happening, because it's live every day, which is incredible. Amir Otto, how you loving? Welcome to Greece. Welcome to Athens. That is the Parthenon right there. That whole, the Acropolis right there. That whole thing. Amazing, amazing. I had to do it this way so that you all could see it from my balcony. Yeah, so you could see it from my balcony. Right there, right there. All right, now we can go on screen share. I just wanted to say I love you. I so appreciate you, and I so appreciate all that we're doing together for 365 days straight. Let's go into A Course in Miracles. Here we go. Oh my God. You got to live, you got to get out there and live your life. You just have to do it, no matter how scary it is. Super scary to just go places and just do things. And you got to do it because the mind will make us try to think that we shouldn't do it. Lesson 248. Whatever suffers is not part of me. Whatever suffers is not part of me. Our life is not about suffering. Our life is about joy. Our life is about happiness. Our life is about fulfillment. Our life is about peace, abundance, prosperity, success, thriving, accomplishing, fulfilling divine potential. That's what our life is about. Suffering is not part of that. I have disowned the truth. Wow. I have disowned the truth. What does that mean? It means I'm not wanting to own the truth that my life is about happiness, uh, faithful adherence to truth. My life is about light. My life is about service, humility, happiness, joy. Your life is about happiness. God's will for you is perfect happiness. And anytime we suffer, we have disowned the truth. I don't want to own the truth because right now I want to suffer. Now let me be as faithful in disowning falsity. Wow. Wow, course. The course said that as faithful as I was in disowning the truth, let me be that faithful in disown lies. Wow. I was so faithful in thinking that I was sick because I needed to disown the truth. I was so faithful in consistently telling God that I was in lack by asking for more, 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 more. I was so faithful to disown the truth. I was so faithful to tell God that something was wrong with the people that I was in relationship with, and can you please fix them? Oh, I was so faithful in disowning the truth. Let me be that faithful in disowning the lie. Whatever suffers is not part of me. Whatever suffers is not part of you. What grieves is not myself. Your true self does not grieve. What is in pain is but illusion in my mind. Pain is an illusion in the mind. Now, that was a hard one for me because I was convinced my pain was real. I was convinced my suffering was warranted. Suffering is never warranted, suffering is optional. The Ascended Master Lord Arcturus told me a long time ago in one of our conversations, he told me suffering is pain gone stale. We held on to pain for so long till it rotted and went stale, and now we have suffering. The pain was instantaneous, and even pain is an illusion in the mind. What dies was never living in reality and did but mock the truth about myself. What dies was never alive. Now I disown self concepts and deceits and lies about the Holy Son of God, about myself. Disown self concepts that you can't do it. Disown the self concepts that you're unworthy. Disown the self concepts that you don't know how. Disown the self concepts that other people are already doing it, so I don't need to do it. Disown the self concepts of lack, limitation, what, whatever, sickness, inability in the body, weakness in the body temple. Disown self concepts that are not the truth, and deceits and lies. about the holy child of God. That is you, the holy child of God. Disown all those other self concepts. Let them go. Disown them. Be done. Now am I ready to accept him, who? The holy child of God, myself, my true self, capital S self, back as God created him and as he is. I am ready to accept. I am ready to accept myself as God created me. I'm ready to accept everyone as God created them. I am ready to accept the truth. Here is our prayer. Father, my ancient love for you returns. You got an ancient love for Mother, Father, God, an ancient love. That means you must be ancient. You must be existing far before that Parthenon over there, that whole Acropolis. You've existed before that. You probably lived there at some point in time. Maybe you were a priest or a priestess over there at some point in time. Why are you seeing it now? There's a reason. Everyone's not seeing it now. You are. My ancient love for you returns and lets me love your son again as well, because the ancient love of God is the ancient love of all of the sonship of God. That means all the children of God. That means everyone. That means everyone. Father, I am as you created me. It's something that the Course told us over and over and over and over. Nothing changed. Because the story we got said God made you, our mother and father, Adam and Eve, right? God made us, and then something changed. God made us, said this is good, and then something changed. And it damned all of us. And now we need a savior. And even with the savior, it's not going to save you from sin because you're just sinful. Mm. How many times do we hear that story? So, how many times do we need to tell ourselves erasure of the story, because it may still live on some unconscious level down deep in the subconscious mind? Erasure of that. And remember, I am as you created me. That is perfect. That is whole. That is happy. That is joyful. That is peaceful. That is holy. That is loving. That is love. Productive. On destiny, on purpose, knowing exactly what you're here to do and doing it. Remember, I'm at home, fear is the stranger here. Now is your love remembered and my own. See, not only did the love return, we're remembering the ancient love. Ooh, remember the ancient love. Now do I understand that they are one? That the love of God and the love of yourself, the love of God and the love of your loves is all one. When I was in Egypt, there was a pharaoh that I saw when I entered the Egyptian museum, and I recognized him from my studies, and I said, aha, here he is, Akhenaten. And Akhenaten, you've heard me speak of him a few times. Akhenaten, also known as Amenhotep IV, except he changed his name, because he was not with Amun or the god of the Egyptians. He had a revelation, an epiphany that said God is one, and it's called the Aten. That's what he named it anyway. He had a revelation from God, and he realized that the one is one, Aten. And that was, as they say, the birth of monotheism on the planet, came from an African man. It is very fascinating because before then, no one, at least not that we know of, worshipped just one God. Like, why would we do that? Maybe now I'm very at ease within myself with many gods and one God. And that may sound contradictory, it isn't for me. It's one God, and it shows up many ways. God shows up as, Oshun with the river. God shows up as Yemaya as the ocean. God shows up as, Shango. God shows up as Oya. It's not it's not hard to understand. God showed up as me. God showed up as you. That's not that's not a contradiction. It's not a problem. Yet there are people, um, Christian people, that when they see a pantheon, like where we are here in Greece, they see there's a temple of Athena over here, and there's a temple of Poseidon over by the water where I'm going to go. They see a temple to Poseidon and they see a temple to Athena, and they're thinking, we got to kill all these pagan gods. This is not so. There's only one God. Well, one God appears as everything and everyone. And couldn't the one God appear to you as Oya, or appear to you as Poseidon, or appear to you as Krishna, as Kali? This one God is infinite in its expressions and its ways of showing up and its demonstrations and its expressions. It's infinite in its expressions. This one God is probably showing up, and God doesn't mean male, female. It's not male or female. It's a spirit. It's sexless. It's above gender. When you fathom that no one can even put the one God in a word, or in one body, or in one personage, or one form, or one, like, this God is just Athena, or this God is just Isis, or just Hathor. No one can do that, because the one God or source or the all, I call it the all, is not a person to me. It's the all. This all, how can we say how it shows up and doesn't show up? I don't think we're qualified. I don't think we're qualified to state how it shows up or how it doesn't show up. There's a rainbow. Ooh, Miriam says, beautiful purple rainbow across the screen. Wow, that's beautiful, Miriam. And Miriam, much love to you. Much love to you and the family. So we can't put this one big allness into an expression and say this is it, and it doesn't do any other thing. It does anything it wants to. It's the all. Okay? Wow, it's only purple. That is very fascinating. It's fascinating. So we get to stop arguing about religion, about God, about gods, about all of it. So Akhenaten, this African man, was the first one to come up with the idea of a one God concept. And where he went south, and the reason people just hated him and ran him out of there, because eventually he was deposed as king, is because he wanted to get rid of everything else. That's always where people come into the problem. We are outside, so you'll hear some sounds. Apologize for that. They think that what they think is the only thing. When you have a revelation from spirit, that's a revelation for you. That's not a revelation that now becomes a law unto everyone else. That is source speaking to you in a way you can understand. And yeah, you can share it by all means. The problem is when you start taking down other people, taking down, jabbing, stabbing what other people do, destroying other people's temples, burning other people's holy books, going on some kind of crusade for God. Don't they always say that? It's for God. God don't need you to do jack, right? So you look as if you're talking through a picture of something. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I thought this Parthenon Acropolis scene from Athens, Greece would be perfect for us today. This is perfect, right? So family, We understand it doesn't have to be confusing and it doesn't have to be contradictory. That the one source, the all, came as Jesus. The all came as Mary Magdalene. The all is here is Soul Whisperer. The all is here now is Miriam. The all is here now is Askalina. The all is here now is Harmony, is Coach Michelle. The all is here is Zaire. The all is here is everything and everyone. The all is here is Athena. The all is Poseidon sometimes. The all is Jupiter sometimes. The all is all of it. The all is all of it. Okay? So we don't need to edit the all. We don't need to say the all is this and not that. The all is Allah, the all is Judah, Jesus, the all is Buddha, the all is all of it. All of it. Pick a God. Whatever goes for you, work it. The all is all of it. And you can't prove that it's not. So someone may be saying, this crazy witch on YouTube. She's always telling people freedom stuff. Yep, that's my job. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom from constructs, freedom from judgments of other people if we clear the judgments from our own consciousness, freedom from the religions we grew up with, freedom from limiting beliefs that God has to be this or God can only be this or God can only be that. God is the all. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, the sun is about to roast me, and I don't see another cloud coming to cover the sun, so I'm about to be out. I'm getting plenty vitamin D, I know. And a sister is not going to just sit here in the direct sunlight, okay? I done been in plenty of temples in Egypt with the sun just on me. And I had hats and caps and things like that. So it's all good. Yet I do love the sun. I do love the sun. And I do love our beautiful source of vitamin D and our beautiful energy and our battery. I just love it. So I am a sun worshiper on some level. Just not going to sit out here in it with my Mac and my iPhone in the sun. Okay, love you. Mwah. ValerieLove.com. Peace. I see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, family, on YouTube and Facebook. Mwah. ValerieLove.com.